There we go. We got chat. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to another stream. We're hanging over here by a stream, or by a river. Hola. The tide's coming up a little bit. I was working a little bit on the reflections, which is why I'm here. I used to have a problem, and let's see if we can make that show up, where the reflections would kind of pop out. Like, let's see if I can demonstrate that. Not here, but let's... So I'm going to turn off the thing that we just did. And see if I can make the thing pop. Yeah, there we go. So, I fixed that by doing some complicated mathematics. Basically, and actually this should just say performance as well, but, it's one of the things I did, but another thing I worked on... Hello. Hello, Sarah. We're, getting over... Actually, I have... My graphics settings are messed with a little bit. I gotta turn... There we go. There's the volumetrics. The game was looking a little bit, a little bit too dark. So, what was I gonna say? So another thing I worked on is... So last week we worked on the fort, right? And if we go back there... Oopsies. We can see it's, quite improved, actually. We can see we have this nice, flag here, which is the, this is the old Spanish fort, and this is, the flag used by the Spanish Empire during the time. I would like to make it maybe a little bit more tattered. It is actually blowing in the wind a little bit. More tattered, but I need to figure out how to do that properly. But anyway, we can also see if I can run away from the skeleton, if he's gonna catch me. Actually, can we just, like... Yeah. Okay. We can just drop off there. And now we can go hide in here. We can see that, actually, I solved the lighting issues now. So it is actually dark in here. And we have these nice rays of light streaming in through the window. Oh, shit, he did find me. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. So, I guess the question is, what are we going to do today? And I think I want to do a little bit more work on some of the quests. Because there's a couple things that don't quite make sense. Like, if we go over to, that's not the right spot. Oh, we're just too high up, I think. We go down here. And we go over to Connor. We will see that, we can talk to him, right? And his dialogue doesn't really make a lot of sense. He doesn't really, he doesn't introduce himself. He doesn't, and he gives us this dialogue option to ask about his crew is, but he never mentioned his crew, so I don't know what's going on there. So, I believe what we can do is, we can start working on his script again, and, hopefully... Is there something wrong with his face? Is he missing, he's got eyebrows, but is he missing eyelashes? He is. Okay, another thing we're gonna do. We're gonna give Connor some eyelashes. So let's do that first. And then we can get to work on his script. Yeah, that's really weird. Everybody else has eyelashes, but he doesn't, for some reason. I don't know if I forgot to export them, or if I just never made them. Because sometimes I forget these things. So let's do that. Oh, we gotta do... Cool. And before I get into it, I do have soda today. I have some more Japanese horrors in my fridge that I didn't want to... I wanted to take a break for a minute before I get back to that, so I have something here from the nation of Italy. This is a Chinotto soda. I've had Chinotto soda before. Like, it's like a bitter kind of soda. It's I believe it's made from a special kind of orange. We have a variant here in Toronto called Brio, which is made here, but this is allegedly from the nation of Italy, so we're gonna be having that if I can open it. There we go. Yeah, tastes about what I expected. So it kind of tastes like a bitter, like slightly orange flavored sweet thing. It's kind of an acquired taste. I have acquired it over my many years of drinking Brio. But yeah, it's all right. So what was I gonna do? We are gonna open Blender for a moment, and we're gonna see if we can figure out why Connor doesn't have eyelashes. I didn't need to delete that cube. I don't know what. Open. Don't save. Connor. Wait, do I want fixed rig or do I want... Let me see. 10th of February. Oh, they were both 10th of February. 4 point... I think I want the fixed one. I think that's the one I want. Okay. So, let's change this to view layer. Is there an eyelashes? No. So that should be fairly easy to add. Let's just add a plane. Let's start with a plane. Move that over here. Gonna sort of get it where I want the eyelashes to be. Going to apply the transform. Actually, I need to temporarily take the body and disable the armature so that I can get it in the right spot. And here too. Okay. So let's get it vaguely there. Parent. Parent it to the armature. And then I gotta wait. Well, let's go into edit mode and then we can weight paint it later. But I'm only gonna make one eyelash for now. And then it's gonna be mirrored. So. It seems like a small detail, but it is kind of weird that he doesn't have any. But we're just gonna make a very tiny black or brown a little piece of geometry. It does not need to be much. Yeah, the eyelash is one of those things that, like, you don't really think about until it isn't there. Same with the eyebrows. I forget making those all the time. Okay, let's just make that a clean line here. And I could just weld that at the, auto merge. And let's slide that vertex in. Then okay, slide that one too. One cool hat. Yeah, it's kind of just it's like a toque, you know. classic, classic type of hat for the time, actually. Like, they survived to the modern day, but they did wear them all the way back then. Okay, I'm just gonna hide his body for a second. Where's the body? Weld that in there. And weld that one. Or I guess merge is the Blender terminology, not weld. I guess they say weld sometimes too. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, I'm going to set it to the same material as the body. Or is final material? Yeah. Then I'm going to UV unwrap it. And I'm just going to make it really tiny and put it in the hair. Actually, wait, let's see the normal map. What does the normal look like? Yeah. Let's just put it right there. Because we don't... I'm not really going to bother giving it like a... Actually, let's, UV unwrap. Sorry, I just needed to make it so that it was like... We can make it really small, because I basically just want it to be a flat color. So now, if we go here... oh, we need to, weight paint it. So I need to select the skeleton, then select the eyebrow, and then weight paint. I need to select... I need to show the actual, armature deform. There we go. So, now I can do weight paint, select the head bone, and then just paint that all to maximum. And then that should, weights, normalize. Cool. Now, also shade that smooth. Now I believe I can re-enable what I was doing. So re-enable the armature on him. And the eyes, where are they? And one more thing. Wait, where did they go? Okay. Why is that not... Is it not fully weight painted for the head? Weights... No, okay, okay, that should work better then. Okay, now... Let's re-enable it. Cool. Now it's on one side. Now I just need to put it on the other side. So, mirror. And... It's... Do I need to... Oh, the mirror needs to be before the armature. Okay, cool. Now, that looks a lot better to me. I don't know about you guys, but it is a little weird when somebody doesn't have eyelashes. So that's... I'm going to export this now. And then we should be able to just import it back into export, GLTF, meshes, Connor. Or I guess he's in Cook in this folder. Cook. Okay, gonna take a second to export that. Looks good to me, yeah. I think that looks good. So now, if I, whenever that export is finished, it's just gonna take a second to finish exporting, because the Blender GLTF exporter is kind of slow, actually. You can see it's not responding, but it is doing something in the background, so we're just going to leave it there. and then reload it when it's done. In the meantime, let's take a look at Connor's script. So, don't know why the highlighting, okay, so the first thing we can change is, this thing about, I know where your crew is. So what I think, we're gonna not make that option, should have written your own engine for Blender. I could have written my own exporter, that is true, but then I would have to use Python, which would, that would pain me greatly. Yeah, that would, yeah. Python is, it's just too far beneath me. I couldn't deal with it. Because Blender uses Python. What was I doing? Okay, so I'm gonna add a condition now to his data, which is if he's mentioned his crew. And we're gonna set that to false by default. So now, instead of checking if he is, before we add this dialogue option, I need to now do if character data dot mention crew. Yes. So if he has mentioned the crew, we'll add this dialogue option. Otherwise, we won't. Rude. Yeah, I knew that was a bit savage, especially for you, Paul. Sorry about that. Alright, what was I doing? Okay, so I can reload his mesh now. If it's gonna... There we go, now he's got eyelashes. So, I can save the game. And let's save the script as well. So now, because we made that modification to the script, let's go back to here. Let's talk to him. Hello, what's up? Are you hungry? Oh, wait, no. We need to reload the script as well. Script action, reload. Error. Cook data does... Okay, yeah, so, unfortunately, there's an issue with hot reload, where if we change anything in this class, the hot reload breaks. We can change anything else about the file, but this class, if we change it, we need to restart the game. Yeah. That's just a limitation of the hot reload system. Okay, so now we talk to him. It should do the proper condition. Oh, thank God, another soul. You must be famished. Okay, so now he's not got he's not got that dialogue option. So now we need to add another dialogue option to basically say, to talk about his crew. So, we're gonna add another one, dialogue option 5, I guess. And we're gonna say dialogue option cook. How did you get here? Did you get here? Yo, Firefly, welcome to the stream. We're just working on some scripts. Okay. So, how did you get here? The thing will be like, what are you doing here? You doing here on this desert island? Okay. Sorry, script. Reload. Okay, so now we have what are you doing here on this desert island? And the script is broken if we click that because we did not handle that case. So now we can add another case in here, which is, actually, it should break instead of return. So case 5, which is the case we just added. Dog, honor. So now we're going to add, mention crew. We're going to set that to true in here. So character data dot mentioned crew equals true. And which is going to give us the option to tell him to follow us. So, that is going to be, tell about crew. So he's going to say, I was shipwrecked on this island, and I island with my crew, and I was separated from them. I'm Connor. Here we go. He gets the introduction. I'm Connor. That should actually be a new, section. So, basically it's gonna... I'm Connor. So every time you see this symbol, that means you have to click to advance the dialogue. What was I saying? I'm Connor, the ship's cook. The ship's cook. Okay, cool. Let's save that. Now, reload the script. Okay, so he now gives... What are you doing? Okay, I was shipwrecked on this island with my crew. And I was separated from them. I'm Connor, the ship's cook. So now we get the dialogue option. I know where your crew is. Follow me. So show me the way. So, a lot of games would not give you that dialogue option until you found somebody else. But I'm gonna let you tell him that you know where the crew is, even if you don't. So, basically, it's... Why is that, Oh, there we go. We got the flicker, but I think... Uh-oh. I'm trying to fix the flicker. I don't know what's... What if I put that here? Does that fix the flicker? I think it does. Okay, so you can lie to him and tell him you know where your crew is, even if you don't. So, in that case, we'll just say I'm lost, because I mean, I know where the crew is, but, like, you don't necessarily know where the crew is when you say this. Is that dude sunburnt to a crisp and wearing an apron, but no... That is exactly true. He is meant to be incredibly sunburned. Which is why it's actually uneven. And if you were that pale, you would be sunburned too. So what was I doing? There's also one other issue. So we can start doing the eggs thing. So I can tell him I'm hungry. However, I've only got one egg. And I need 2 for an omelet. I saw there's a gold nest on the top of the... Perhaps you can climb up and gather some eggs for me. Okay. So let's get the eggs. You can... Yeah, I think I can. That's an unintended, a little unintended, bit there. Well, here's... Okay, so I got the eggs. Whoopsies. Ouch. Okay, I'm still getting the flicker. Anyway, so let's talk to Connor. So you can say, I got the eggs you asked for, and I know where your crew is, follow me. So, because we have the eggs, right? So I'm going to tell him that, so he should show me the way. But now, now if I say, what do I need? I no longer have the option to, I have to say I'm lost. Before I don't have the option to tell him, I have the eggs. So, let's say never mind. Let's fix that. So now, let's do introduce, mention crew. Where's the bit where we, okay, so if we can do the gold egg. So I'm going to copy this dialogue option into the, this is what happens if we're following the, if we're following him, or he's following us. So we're going to add this thing. It's going to give us dialogue option 2. So now, if choice is 2, how are we going to handle this? We need to... Okay, so I'm going to copy this and turn it into a function. And this is going to be void, do eggs, give eggs dialogue. Come on. I guess the auto format doesn't work in AngelScript? Whoopsies. Okay. And it's got to take this choices parameter, because this is basically the... Okay, so give eggs dialogue. Now we can put it into here. Yes. And now... now in the following dialogue... we'll do this. And it's also going to make him stop following, I think, because... Okay, so then he's going to say one more thing after that to make it all make sense. So, he's going to say... he's going to say, I'm going back to the 5. Oh, Yeah, okay, actually, this is just fine, I think. But we will make him not follow you in this case. So let's save this. Let's reload this. Error, no matching symbol CH. Okay, so we need another... Okay, what are you doing? Why are you not alt-tabbing to the correct? Okay, there we go. So this needs to take another parameter, which is CH. So character CH. So actually, it needs to be in give eggs dialogue. Oh, we can actually just do this in the, we don't have to take that parameter as a function. Sorry, don't have to take that. So it's actually in here. So, there we go. We just grab the, reference again. Okay, so, reload. So, what do you need? He's still following... Yeah, he's still following me. So, I got the eggs you asked for. Great. Now take the eggs in the skillet over to the fire and cook them up. Okay. So he goes back over to here. So, there is an interesting case. So if I say I know where your crew is, follow me, and I say show him the way. So if I start the egg quest, but I don't finish it. Actually, you know what? I should add this should actually be locked out until you start the egg quest. So this is going to be if, yeah. Because if he didn't ask for the eggs, then there would be no reason for him to mention them, right? So, yeah, I'm going to add that here too. And I'm gonna reload. So he's still following us. So the weird thing is that, or what I'm assuming is gonna happen, I guess this is not that big of a problem, but like if I bring him over to Carmen, right? He's gonna say something... Okay, so now he's met Carmen. So I can still say I got the eggs, and he says take the eggs and skillet over to the fire and cook them up. But there's no fire over here. So, so here's what I can do. I can check to see where Connor is when he's doing that. And then we can change the dialogue. We can change the dialogue, or we can add a new line of dialogue before that to make it make sense. So, in here, where we do give eggs dialogue, we need to take... we need to do a check to see if if the pirate's quest doesn't equal Connor, so if Connor's not the leader of the pirate group, like we're not stationed at his section, and his group okay, so if his group is not none, so if he's in a group and he's not the leader of that group, that means we are that means we're not at the original position. Oh, actually, okay, actually, that should be it, I think. So we're in a group, and he's not, and there's no group leader at the moment. Yeah, I think that should be it. So let's actually just check. Is there, so we're not following. Let's go to the data tab. Find Pirate's Quest. Group leader, none. Okay, so there is no leader at the moment, so that's what I want. So, he's gonna instead say something slightly different, which is because now we know, not, I'm gonna say not at home. So this is gonna say, great, now go back to, great, comma, that should be a comma too. Now go back to the camp, go back to my campfire, take, okay, great, now go back to my campfire, take the eggs and skillet and cook them, take the skillet over to the fire and cook them up. Okay, cool. Because we're not at the campfire. So let's see if that works. So let's reload. So, hello, what's up? Are you hungry? So I have the eggs. Great. Now take the eggs. Okay, that's not correct. Did we reload? Okay. Oh, okay. So if the pirates, if Connor is not in a group, or there's, or there, okay, so it'd be an or, not an and. Wait. Yes. So Connor is in a group, or... Wait, but... I think that should be good. If so, he's not in a group, or he's in... I need to add if Connor is the group leader. Wait, but there can't be a... Oh. If he's not in his own group. That's what it... Okay, so... If... Sorry, this is kind of some complicated Boolean algebra here. So... If he's not in a group... Or... The group is led by him... And... Okay, actually that's or... Okay, I think these three conditions. So, if he's not in a group, or the group isn't led by him... So, sorry, or if he's not in his own group... If he is in his own group, then this would... So not... Okay, let's... I think it's actually going to be easier if we switch these two. So... this is the regular case. So... He's not in a group. Or... The group is led by him. And we're not... currently... exploring. Missed 44 minutes. Oh, hi, Kyle. Welcome back. Has it already been 44 minutes? Jeez. Time is flying. Okay. Me getting confused over conditions. So, reload the script. So now, if we talk to him, he says, "What's up? Are you hungry? I know, I got the eggs. Great. Now take the... I got the eggs you asked for. Great. Now take the eggs and the skillet. Okay, that's... It's going good. It's going good, although I'm getting very confused by a set of conditions to figure out where he is. So I got the eggs you asked for. Great. Now take the eggs and the skillet over to the fire and cook them up. Okay. So. Connor group is 1. And group leader is 0. So, which is none. So... And 1 is Carmen, I think. So... This should be is none. Equals none. Okay. One more time. Okay. Bye. Save. And, reload. Got the eggs. Great, now go back to my campfire, take the eggs and skillet over the fire, and cook them up. Okay. Great. That seems to work. Now let's see if he says the correct thing from the beginning. Yeah. I'm confused. Okay, so now we can okay, so let's go back to Connor. Let's start the egg quest. And I'm sure as soon as I give this to like a player, they're gonna immediately figure out how to break the quest again. So start the egg quest. Okay, thank God, blah blah blah. I'm hungry. Great, however, I've only got 1 egg. I need at least 2 for an omelet. Okay, cool. Bye. I'm gonna get the eggs. Oh, shit. I'll do my best to break... I'm gonna put a build up, hopefully tomorrow. We'll see, because fixing this quest was actually the last thing that I wanted to do before I put another build up. So unless I break the game in the next hour, there should be a build-up tomorrow. Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, so now we get the eggs. Let's go back. The one thing I will say for myself, at least, is that I'm pretty sure you can't... None of the broken quests crash the game. I just finished playing Fallout New Vegas this week, and many of the things just crash the game. Which is, I find funny. But yeah, there's a lot of bugs in that game. Which makes sense, because, like, in my small exposure to, like, doing non-linear, like, quest design, there's a lot of things you need to take into account for it to, A, both make sense, and, not be broken, and not crash the game. Okay. Although, if you can crash the game by doing a weird quest thing, I'd like to hear about it. Okay, so I got the eggs. Great, now take the eggs in the skillet over the fire and cook them up. Great, okay, cool. So, that's perfect. Now, let's just try one more thing. What if we bring Carmen over to Connor, and okay, so do the whole who's in your crew. And we can do... I've seen your crew, follow me. Okay, cool. So let's bring Carmen over to Connor. And see what happens. So we're still getting the flicker. Do I have to go back to windowed mode? Or maybe turn on game capture? Maybe that's it? One moment. Maybe this works. Maybe this works. Maybe the flicker's gone. Tell me if the flicker comes back. I think I might have just figured it out. Okay. I did also fix some pathfinding things with the friendly AI. So hopefully they should do less weird things like jumping into holes. Okay, so now let's talk to Connor. And he doesn't react to oh, whoopsies, my light is... I gotta... One second. My light keeps flickering. I need to adjust the, There we go. Oh, God. Okay. So he doesn't react to, he's not reacting to, Carmen, which is a little bit weird. He just says, "Are you hungry?" So... I say, as a matter of fact, I am hungry. I think I might need to make, like, some kind of, like, queue so that, when you find somebody, it, like, marks, to say that, like, this person should react, right, next time you talk to them. That might be something to think about. So I say I got the eggs. Okay. Okay, so he still says go back to my campfire. So this is bugged. Let's look at the data inspector. So find Pirates Quest. Connor's group is 4, which I believe is Connor, and Carmen's group is 4. So equals none. That should... I think that's... I needed to invert that condition. So now... let's... reload his script and see if he says the right thing. I got the eggs, yes. Okay, so he doesn't say go back to my campfire, because we are at the campfire. And then I'm going to test one more thing. I'm going to take all these people. Put them over to Yusuf. Actually, Yusuf has a campfire too, but he doesn't have the skillet, so... I guess we could, like, keep checking all sorts of things, but I think this is probably fine, because, like, you could have them react to, like, every little condition that you do, but that might be just too much work. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth... Okay, so now, if we talk to him, and we give him the eggs, or we try to, we could say, I got the eggs. Oh, God, he's saying the wrong thing. So his group is... Oh, here's why, because he's not... His group is not Yusuf. Yay, the vibes, music, and air. I guess you like this area? Because I guess it's the closest thing to a town. Why did they... Maybe because I teleported? Okay. I've seen more recruits, so maybe... Okay. Now they found Yusuf. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so now... Okay, so now he says the right thing. I think that was just a bug with the fact that because I teleported them instead of walked them over, maybe? I don't know. Not sure. But now, Firefly, you might like this. If I leave this area and come back, let's like go to the other side of the island for a second. And now, if we come back to this area, oh, did that not trigger? Do I need to... It was supposed to spawn in another hut. Oh my god. So many weird bugs. Hut. Oh, or sorry, shelter. What's this one called? Lean-to. Yeah, it is chill. Okay, Carmen. Let me check the code. So let's go to the data inspector. That's right here. They're all in Yusuf's group. Interesting. Well, there must be something weird with the spawner. So I'm gonna try one thing quickly just to see why. Like, let's just take Carmen over there. Oh, I think I might know what it is. I think it's because Connor was the group leader there and not Carmen. Oh, my thing isn't... Every time I reopen the game, I need to apparently reselect this. I think the problem was it's because the group leader was Connor and not Carmen. So, if I just take Carmen, that means that Carmen's going to be the group leader. Okay. Who's in your crew? Blah, 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 all the things. You've already seen this. I've seen your crew follow me. Okay, cool. Let's go. So let's teleport us almost all the way there. And then let's walk over. Okay. Let's check the data inspector. Yusuf group, and then let's see. Okay, it did. It's spawning. Okay. Interesting. So, Now if we come back, now we have the other shelter. That's why. Okay, cool. So they're making a little town here. See, now we got two. We got 1, 2. So how do I fix that? My C++ skills are 101 improved 1000 out of 100 thanks to Stofstrup. Okay, he has a funny name to pronounce because he's Danish. Bjarne. Stofstrup. It seems like it should be Stustrup, but I believe he said it was like something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna look at what's going on with this. So this actually only happens if Carmen is the... Oh, shit. This only happens if Carmen is the leader, because it's her update function that's getting run that checks this. So, what we should do instead is go to the find pirates.as, and there's something in here where we set the group for all the pirates. Okay, so this checks to see if everybody's at Yusuf thing. I gotta get some music on here. 1 second. Actually, let's just get the game going back because we can use the game music for a second. What was I saying? Where's OBS? Okay, cool. This is the condition. So we need to move this into here, I believe. So if we get to here, that means we found a pirate. So, what we can do is we can literally just hack in here, this trigger. So if the group leader is the same as Carmen's group, Carmen. Wait, where's... So, if Carmen is in the group leader's group, and, the place we're arriving is... Oh, wait. Where, do we set the group leader somewhere? And the target pirate is Yusuf. So this should now trigger if Carmen is in the group, regardless of whether or not she's leading it. And I can actually get rid of this as well. So, this code probably needs to be cleaned up, but, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's just double check this. Also, I believe there was some similar logic in Pierre's, yeah. So we're gonna just copy that and replace Carmen with Pierre. Quests are complicated, apparently. Let's just read through this quickly. Okay, yeah, so this needs to be set before these, which is perfect. So now I believe, let's reload the game, just in case that script was cached or something like that. And let's now start with Carmen. We're gonna bring Carmen over to Connor, and then we're gonna move. Okay. So, just to make sure that the ordering, I assume most people are gonna. I don't know. I don't know which order most people are gonna do it in. It's probably gonna be 50-50, I think, actually. So who's in your crew? Okay. I've seen your crew follow me. Okay, cool. Now let's teleport us both to here. Okay, cool. Thanks for helping me. Bye. Okay. So I'm talking to Connor. And, oh, I have to ask... Oh, God, if I found Carmen... Let's just assume you don't do this. Because that would be... That would be weird. 1 second. Okay, so I know where your crew is. Follow me. Show me the way. Okay, cool. So now they're both following us. So let's select all 3 of us. Let's go over this way. And let's check to see... Oopsies, I'm in the water. Okay. Let's check to see now. Can I, Okay. Let's see, did it trigger the, It did! Okay, cool. So now... We were popping... Now we can pop over here. Come back. I think 200 meters is the trigger distance. Okay. There we go. We now see both shelters. Perfect. Yeah. There's a lot to it. So, this is something a little bit funny, actually, about the GI. Is that, oh, and you can also see in Carmen's hut, there's a little book. It doesn't do anything, but I was planning to put some lore in the book. Still no barrels of brandy. There are barrels. Maybe there's brandy in them. You don't know. But, what was I gonna do? Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit weird thing about the GI is that you can see here this bottom piece is like glowing a bit, but if you go over to the one over here, it's actually not. And that's because the GI was calculated before this little thing was spawned in. So, although it is reflecting at least the surface underneath it. So if we bring it back here, it's green. It's reflecting green. But if we bring it sort of over here, it's reflecting the, So I guess that kind of does work, because it's reflecting the sand. So you can see it's dimmer over here, but brighter over here, because the sand is more reflective. Baked lighting and its consequences. Yes, but real-time lighting has other consequences. So you kind of lose either way. At least I don't need to deal with noisy lighting, which many such cases of real-time lighting, like ray tracing, for example, having very noisy lighting. Real-time has no consequences, and it is perfect in every way. Okay, so there's absolutely no noise in the GI in your game at all. No noise. Absolutely pristine, stable lighting everywhere. The thing with the baked lighting is it's yes. Yeah, sure. Is that it's very stable. It's so stable it never changes, actually. It does change because it changes throughout the day, because I have multiple times of day baked. Which is interesting. Alright. What time is it? We did quests. We gave him some eyebrows. Not gonna lie, NVIDIA's ray tracing denoiser is really good. I'm very unnoisy. Okay. I just remember last time I was playing your game, like, especially when there were, like, point lights involved, it became, like, quite noisy. But, I don't know, maybe you fixed it since then. I'm not trying to rag on you. I'm just, I'm just, comparing the pros and cons of baked lighting versus, real time, right? But yeah, I did try to do some real-time lighting in here. I had light propagation volumes for a bit, but I could never get them to look how I wanted to. Actually, the code is still in the game, so theoretically they could be enabled, and maybe they work, but I doubt it. To be honest, if I enable them now, I'd probably crash the game. I've changed the point lights a bit. If I recall correctly, I was stochastically sending one ray to a... Now I have tiled lighting, so I send rays to every point in range. Yeah, okay, maybe that might be better. I'll have to, yeah, so you gotta make a new build, because I want to play it. I want to play, Misa and Pado. And I will have a new build, too. Soon. Because none of the sneaking was in the game until just now. Let's see if we can... I know what we could maybe work on. Let's, I think one of the reasons it's kind of hard to avoid these guys... actually, let's quit and restart the game, because I might have messed with some stuff. One of the reasons it's hard to avoid the skeletons is because I think their patterns... Like, their patrol patterns are too tight, if you know what I mean. So... Also, they're patrolling the same area. So this guy... So let's find the path. I gotta pop out for 5 minutes to boot into Fedora. Be right back. Okay, cool. So, the fort path. I think we should make him go up the stairs a little bit. At least. Like, walk along the wall for a bit. So, let's add some new points. Add point. Where are we? Okay, I see. We're right here. So I'm actually gonna make it so he doesn't go quite that far over. Just to make it maybe a little bit easier for you to hide in that corner. But... Add point. We're gonna go up the stairs, I think. I think we're gonna see if we can make him... Okay, so he's going to patrol along this wall, I think, and then he's going to come back down over here, I think. Oopsies. Uh-oh. Undo. What was I doing? Okay, I was right here. So, add point. Move it all the way to this corner. Oh. And we're back. Yeah, so I was just working on some patrol paths for these guys. Add point. So he's gonna go this way now, all the way over here. Add another point. And now he's gonna go down. Okay, and now let's make him go right back to the beginning. Let's see what that looks like. All right, we may, yeah, so we can just, we may need to remove ourselves so we can watch that. Let's see how he patrols now. He's supposed to go up the wall. Now. Alright. And this should, because it's a longer path, there should be more space in between them now, I think. So, like, maybe it'll give you more space to... Also, I feel like they should be following different paths. Because right now they're following the same path. Although because they're spawned in by the Ent spawner, it might be kind of tough to... I might need to change some things to get them to that part to be able to work. I'm not sure. Okay, so now he's going to go over this way. He's going to turn, and then he's going to go up the stairs. Then he's going to go around... he should go around the cannon, I think. I think the avoidance system should be smart enough to make him go around the cannon. So now he's walking up here. He goes around the cannon, and he's going to come back down. And there should probably be a third skeleton as well, I think. Okay, so now he comes back down. Good. It's good to see that he didn't get stuck on the stairs, because sometimes that's a problem. So now let's go back to us, and let's see if it's any easier to sneak in now. Just make sure we're safe. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, he's got his back to us. That seemed a little too easy, actually. Because they were all the way over there. But let's take a minute and see if we can sneak our way out now. Whoopsies. Oh, there's one more thing I have to fix. Let's see if we can do that on stream, actually. Is that if you look at our inventory, it says 5 bombs, x5. Times 5, I guess. It's hard to read that. So, I think I can add just a little background to that. Okay, let's see what's the situation like over here. Okay. Yeah, this is too easy. Now that they're all the way over there. So I probably need to have one guy just walking back and forth, and then one guy go along the wall. But I'm gonna need to rework some of the... Oh, shit. Fuck. I was talking. The guy interrupted me. I could have gone out of the way. I was just saying it was too easy. But now I get out. Anyway. So let's see what we can do about the inventory, the thing that we can't read. So now we can look at my terrible inventory UI code. Inventory UI.cpp, which is not using any kind of like GUI framework. It's literally, we're just drawing rectangles and shit. So let's find the bit where what was that looking for? The bit where we do x5 quantity. Okay, where's the quantity section here? Okay, so if quantity is greater than 1, we do this. Oh, I actually, looks like I already tried to implement this. This looks like it was putting like an offset thing below it to try to like be like a drop shadow or something like that. But here's what I'm gonna try to do. What do we do with the square image? I'm gonna take this square. Going to put it on base layer -1, or -2, we'll say. And then I'm gonna set it to red, I think. And do alpha here. And then, oh, I need to set the size to that. And I need to set the position to that. I bet you it's misaligned. So we'll see what that looks like now. So now, if we pick up... let's go take the eggs, because there's multiple of them. If we pick up the eggs... Oopsies. Why did I teleport all the way over there? Pick up the eggs, which are here. Now, okay, this is shifted down a little bit. That's because this is aligned to center. So we can simply do minus vec2. X is going to be 0. And the y is going to be size dot y times 0. Okay, I need to make another temporary variable here. We're gonna do and text size is size dot 0.25. That's just gonna make it a little bit easier to write. Not size dot y, but size. So text size minus half of text size in the vertical. And that should text size dot y. Unfortunately, this is C++. We don't have hot reload. We got to recompile that. Would be nice, but oh, you guys can't see. Oh my god, you guys saw none of that, did you? Yeah, and now we got the flicker back. I'm just gonna go back to windowed mode for now, because that seemed to be easier. We didn't have these issues. Okay, now. Okay, so we need to set the size a little bit bigger so that we can read that. I think red is not a good color for this. The idea is I was gonna try to make it look like one of those wax seals or something like that, but also that shouldn't be text. That shouldn't be the size. That should be the position. All right, my bad. Not bad. Okay, so let's go back to the eggs. Readable, but the centering is off, and also let's try adding a tiny bit of blue to it, to the color. RGB, so let's do 0.25 blue, and let's do 0.8 red. Let's see what that looks like. Ideally, I would have like some kind of in-engine color picker that I can use to adjust. Oh, that was a pretty on-point teleport there. Okay, I think that's a little bit too bright. It's magenta, which I just learned recently is a non-spectral color. It's literally a color that only exists in human like it only exists in your brain. It doesn't exist in reality. That's because it's there's no frequency of light that makes magenta. It's you're seeing two different frequencies, and then in your brain, they merge into magenta. So I wanted to dim it, probably do a little bit less red. So let's do 0.6 and keep the blue, and then add a little bit of 0.1 green to maybe desaturate a little bit. Yeah, this is one of those issues where C++ compilation times are not your friend, because it did take us, and because there's no hot reload, we gotta like go all the way back here. Okay, so that's starting to look, so I don't know if that's the right color. I don't know if that's right to me. Also, I should move it downward because the number. Actually, let's drop one. All the numbers are below that line. The M height or something like that, or A height. I don't know. So let's. I'm just gonna dim everything a tiny bit. 0.4 and 0.15. I don't know. 0.45 maybe. And then move it down by what happens if it's 0.25? Like sort of recenter it. Gotta hop off. Have a nice day, evening, everyone. Have a great evening to you, Incentia. I know it's evening for you, I think. Yeah. And we should not be in full screen. Something just doesn't look right. But it is readable, at least. So it should be better to play the game. Later. I'm also going to expand the size by 1.05 times. Just because it's I just think that'll look better. Oh, actually, one moment. There should be a 0.05 here. a 0.025, sorry. Ugh, because it's a half of a 1.05. Yeah, this is not necessarily the best way to make UI. Why did you fail? Well, maybe it was because I did it while I was typing. Where are your messages? Oh, we gotta just do it again. Okay, it's working. Okay, so let's get these guys. I want to move that shifted over a bit. Maybe it does need to be 0.05? Position. All right. Let's see. I just want it to be more sort of centered inside it. Also, I don't know. Is it just me or is it not moving over at all? Why is that not working? The X. Let's do a whole 0.5. Like, position. Interesting. Image. Oh, because I didn't multiply it by this, that's why. It was moving over by half of a pixel, as opposed to half of the text size. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be. That's 0.025 it's supposed to be, but let's see what happens. This code should really be cleaned up. However, I have seen real UI code in production, and much of it is not any better. Even if it's written with, like, some real proper UI library. Alright. What's going on? That's got to be moved over by, like, a correct amount now. Like, at least one that's visible. Okay, cool. That actually did something. Now I can make it smaller. 1. You know what? I think I should just make it the same color as the, like, quote-unquote paper color, but, like, a little bit darker. I think that's how it'll have to be. Okay, cool. It could maybe move up a little bit, but I don't know. It's probably good how it is. So let's take the paper color, which is this color. Wait. Oh. That's odd. It's not using... Okay, so let's do auto paper color. Color spelled the American way. I'm sorry. you guys screwing me, making me spell this thing again. Every other place we use Canadian spelling, trust me. Paper color equals this. I'll make it a vec3. Vec3 that. I guess it's just, yeah, okay, cool. And now I can just make this paper color times alpha and maybe dim it by 0.8. Let's see. Okay. Let's just make it... Oh, I don't want to multiply it by 0.25. I want to have the full alpha. That's what the issue is. Now, if we can run this. It took us a really long time to just tweak the colors. Perhaps there is something to be said of a, some kind of fancier GUI library. Okay, cool. I think it should be darker than that. But yeah, having some kind of... Also, I don't even know if I'm doing the sRGB correctly over here. Probably not. At least it doesn't take that long to do the incremental compile. Okay. I'm gonna add a dark paper color. Make it, I'm gonna manually specify what this should be, because I think it should get a little bit more saturated when it's dark. Use a color picker and export the hex? I guess I could do that. Although, I think it might not work because the sRGB color space might be wrong, so these numbers might not match up. But let's try that. Let's go to GIMP, and let's see if I can get the color I want. All right, color picker. All right. Let's see. Oh, I guess we can do 0 to 100. So that's 100. Let's make it a little bit dimmer. So that's 89, 77, and so 0.9. Let's say. I suspect this might not be correct. So 0.9. 0.77 and 0.5. Oh yeah, okay, cool. And if this is wrong, I think I do know a way to fix it. If this color happens to be not what it's expected to be, doesn't match GIMP. So let's see if it's too... Okay. That does not look right. It does not look like it matches the GIMP color. However, we were prepared for this eventuality. And because sRGB, humanity's worst invention, rears its ugly head again. So we need to do sRG. Is it render? Or it's image. Image, maybe. Image sRGB to linear. Vec 3. So I think in GIMP's case, it's giving it the numbers of sRGB. It could be an illusion, but I'm pretty sure it's not because I know about this. I've made this mistake before. So now, if we go back and try this again, I will show the two. See, now. Oh shit, I just lost the color. But we can type the number in again. So it's that's gonna be 90 0.77 and 77 and then 0.5. Now okay, 50. Now if we compare the two, I think that is correct. See? That's the right color now, right? And you know what? I think we should adjust the light color paper as well and increase the alpha, although the alpha is also screwed up because of sRGB, but let's do 0.33. And then let's set the light paper color to be, and let's copy this, sRGB to linear. I'm going to increase the brightness here and decrease the saturation. Where's the HSV? That's what I wanted. Decrease the saturation by a little bit. So now we have 0.61, 0.92, and 0.82. Okay, now let's see what the UI looks like. Inventory. I'm going to head out and do some stuff. Thanks for the stream. Good luck with the colors. Thank you for tuning in. Also, why are you hard coding this in C++? Because I am, okay? Just it's probably something I should have like some data file that I can change colors in, but I haven't written that because I wanted to get it implemented quickly. So yeah, you can see it's a little bit dark. The alpha's really screwing with it is the thing, though. But anyway, at least now we can read the number of we can properly read the number of items here. But I bet you if I change this and I do not do this on Windows, the colors are going to be like correct. I understand what you're saying, Paul, about the separation of concerns, but here's the thing. There are lots of people that like make games and stuff like that, and they waste a ton of time trying to make everything so it's like, oh, I need to tweak this. I need to be able to tweak this, and then they spend all this time building this thing with this like big UI toolkit, and then they never get to the actual game, right? And I made the pragmatic decision to temporarily hardcode the colors until we arrived at this very moment. In which case, now it's become a problem. Now I can fix it. See? That's kind of how the design of the game, like, that's how the engine is really designed. It's like, I do not make decisions until I need to make them. Which is very important, because otherwise, and a lot of people do this, it's like, they'll be like, oh, they look at an engine like Unity, and they'll be like, look at all this stuff that they have in Unity. I'm never going to be able to make a game in my own engine unless I can I have to implement all this stuff that Unity has first before I start making the game. And that's totally wrong, right? You need to get as much stuff as you need together to make the game. And then, when something becomes a problem, like it has now with the color picking, when something becomes a problem, now you should loop back and implement that. So, probably one of the things I'll be implementing this week is color picking. And so that's kind of, that's a little mini rant about that. But yeah, I do see a lot of people, like, try to make their own engine, and then they never get to the part where you actually make the game, because they're like, oh, I need to implement all this stuff and it needs to work before I start working on the game. I need to make it like an engine like Unity, right? And it's like, no, most of the stuff you don't need, and you should just wait until you have the problem to implement that kind of stuff. Yeah. Rant over. Now we can get back to the thing. The sRGB thing, that's a whole other topic. And sRGB is, as many such cases, many people can attest that sRGB is the worst thing mankind has ever invented. Yeah, potential. sRGB may be more destructive than nuclear weapons. No. We'll see. We'll see how that turns out. All right, what was I doing? Okay, we got 15 minutes left. We're gonna do some game playing. So, let's try to get over to the forest. Let's get into the woods. Now, there actually are, there are some things that I can actually do with a color picker. So, if you look at the sun, I can actually change the light color with a color picker, which is kind of cool. But, not exactly, oh, I just dimmed the light. Let's increase the brightness. I think it was like 2? I can't remember where it was at. I can make it really bright. But anyway, so there are color pickers. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why I spent so much time talking about the color picker, but it's, it is something that can be implemented. And I should probably do that. However, not yet. Sup, snitches? Ah, the J-Man. We got my buddy here, the J-Man. What's up, snitches? Yeah, we're actually getting close to the end of stream, but we're gonna just play a little bit of the game for now. We're gonna head over to the woods because I don't know. I just feel like there's some interesting things we can do in there. Oh yeah, I want to see the crocodiles, because when I implemented the whatchamacallit, okay, this guy's coming at me. When I implemented the alert, like the stealth thing, it's I was working with the skeletons, but it actually does apply to every enemy. They all behave a little bit smarter. Paul Wilson in the chat with 2 L's. Don't forget the 2 L's. Yeah, Paul is in the chat. Okay, so now we have this. It actually tells us a little bit nicer how many we have. I do want to move that up a little bit, though. Yeah, we can do that later. We're near the end of stream. Yeah, it does. So you got that's the bloom. That's the bloom working at see? Just a little bit of extra oomph on that. Too bad Incentia had to drop off already because she was working on some bloom. If she could see the amazing results that you can get. Okay. So I believe the easiest way to get onto the... Okay, this guy's... Yeah, so he's got the exclamation mark above his head because of what I implemented previously. Alright, pick up. Alright, we got our habanero and our javelina ham. Save that for later. Okay, so we get to the gorge. You go this way, or I think it's a little bit easier to go this way to get onto the other side. Alright, so we go up here. I guess we could cross around here. It might be a little bit harrowing because this isn't really a path that was designed. And we got the ominous music now. So this area up here with the platforms, this was a very early area that I built. I feel like I should remove it, because it was basically just a combat test. Combat and climbing. That's why these two platforms are here. Because the original intention here was in this little water area. Actually, I think the vibes here are pretty good. I'm pretty proud of this this little piece of music. It's quite ominous. Okay. Can I? Oh, they didn't see me. You can't see me. Okay, so they go up there. They go to where I was standing. And I'm not there, you idiots. I'm down here. So are they going to come back? And I'll be waiting for them. Unless he's stuck. Okay. Ambush! Oh, I guess I didn't really ambush them. Anyway, this area was built as a combat test. That's why there's... oh, got him to hit his friend. A little bit of... Whoopsies. I feel like this guy should have a sword, probably. Something like that. Anyway, we got the halberd. Okay, let's get the whatever's in this box. We got a piece of 8. let's go down here now. It is a bit dark. I mean, it is nighttime, but we're sneaking through the grass. And we got Behemoth over here, who doesn't have his script hooked up. We just got it locked onto the enemy here, so just want to make sure he doesn't see us. We're going to stay behind the tree. Oh, okay, cool. We're behind the tree. He can't see us. Can we get a surprise attack on him? Oh, shit. Not really. Oh shit! I should have eaten the. All right, where did it autosave? It autosaved all the way back here. Shit. I guess that was really only like 5 minutes. Interesting. Anyway, I think. I'm gonna need to. Oh god, the seagulls are a little bit loud, eh? The seagulls are a bit loud, I think. I need to fix that. Alright, I'm gonna check out the crocodiles. Yeah, we still got some popping of the reflection. I need to work on that. Oh. Not close enough? Yeah. Alright. Let's kill these guys, and then I gotta go, I think. Alright, so it is time for me to go, but I do want to say, anybody who's watching, do not forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also join the Discord. There's a link down below to the Discord. You should join it. We talk about all sorts of things about the game. I even post, you can get access to the playtest if you're interested in that, and you can get notifications, importantly, for this live stream. And you can get all sorts of things. So I will keep streaming. Well, not today, but I will keep streaming another day. I gotta go though. I have things to do. But I do want to say, do not forget to wishlist the game on Steam if you haven't done that already. The link is below this video. And I gotta go, but I want to thank everybody for tuning into the stream, and I will see you guys all next week. Goodbye. Thank you very much.